how to send WhatsApp messages on customer feedback form submission. So if you have also created a feedback form using Google Forms, and whenever your customers are submitting a feedback or a rating via this form submission, if you also want to automatically reply to your customers based on the feedback they are submitting, then this video is for you. And the interesting thing is, if your customer will submit a negative rating, a different message will be composed and sent automatically. I'll teach you the same. And if your customers are submitting a positive rating, let's say 5 rating, then I will teach you how you can automatically compose a different message based on that rating and how the messages will get sent. Now you must be think how I am going to automate this process. So I just need to build a connection in Google Forms application and in this WhatsApp application, basically in this Interact application. Yes, for sending the WhatsApp messages, I will use this Interact application, and in order to build a connection, in order to build an integration in Google Forms and Interact, I will use Pabbly Connect, which is an integration and automation software. And since I'm an existing user, here you can notice I am already logged in. You can also create your free account in just 2 minutes from this sign up free button, and in the free account you will also get free tasks to test this automation. Now once you will reach to the dashboard, click on this blue button, that is create workflow, and provide any random name to your workflow, to your automation. Okay, so I will provide the name as how to auto reply the feedback received via form. Okay, and how to auto reply on WhatsApp. I should write this. Okay, you can provide any random name. Let me also correct the spelling. How to auto reply on WhatsApp when the feedback received via form. Okay, so how about I remove this auto? Okay, how to? Okay, auto reply on WhatsApp when the feedback received via form. Click on create, and then you will notice 2 boxes in front of you. These are actually trigger and action, and here trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So whenever this happens, then automatically do this. Understand with an example also. Let's say whenever a sale happen in a payment gateway application, then automatically send an email via Gmail application. Okay, and here according to our use case, whenever your form is submitted in Google Forms application. Okay, well in this video I have created my form using Google Forms application, but let's say you have created your form using Jot Form, Pabbly Form Builder, or some other form builder software, then also this automation is possible. Okay, so I have selected the trigger application. Okay, now firstly I will select the trigger event, and now the idea here is I am going to connect to Google Forms and Interact application one by one with the Pabbly Connect. Okay, so firstly let us connect Google Forms and Pabbly Connect with the help of this webhook URL. Yes, with the help of this URL only we are going to build the connection. Okay, instruction for the same are already given here. Okay, so firstly you'll have to copy this webhook URL and go back to your form, and the interesting thing is we are going to build this connection with the help of the spreadsheet which is associated with this form. Okay, so if you'll click on this view in sheets, the same sheet, the sheet which is associated with this form will get open. Okay, here you can notice I have already opened that spreadsheet, that is customer feedback form new. Okay, now before I build any connection, firstly I am going to make a dummy submission via this particular form, and then I will be connecting my spreadsheet with the Pabbly Connect with the help of that webhook URL. Okay, so firstly I will provide some dummy details. Okay, so the name of the person is assumed that demo customer. The email address is demo@pabblytudes.com. Which restaurant branch you have visited. So assume that you are running some restaurant for which you are asking the feedback from your customer, and assume that he has submitted the Delhi branch. Okay, give us a rating based on your experience. Okay, so assume that the customer is not satisfied, so that is why he is giving you a rating of 1. Okay, now I will submit this form and the details will be added into our spreadsheet, and now finally with the help of this URL I will send this form submission data to Pabbly Connect. So click on extension, click on add-ons, click on get add-ons, and here you will have to search for the Pabbly Connect webhooks add-on. Alright, so I'm searching for the same, that is Pabbly Connect Webhooks add-on, which is already installed into my account because I have already built this connection earlier. But make sure if you are building this connection for the first time, the very first thing you'll have to do is to install this add-on. And once you have installed that add-on, you can find that add-on under here. Okay, here you can see, click on extension once again, and here you can notice this Pabbly Connect Webhooks add-on. Click on initial setup, and here exactly we will paste our webhook URL. Okay, alright, so firstly I am going to delete the existing data, okay, which I have done. Let me paste the webhook URL. Now it is asking for the trigger column. Okay, so before I provide any column name, firstly we will read the instructions. The trigger column will be your final data column, on which if the data is added, the whole of that row data will be sent to the webhook URL. Okay, so basically it is asking to provide a column name on the filling of which this automation should trigger, or I can say the data should be sent to Pabbly Connect. Okay, so let's say a new submission is arrived, the data will be added into a row, and that data will goes up to F, and whenever the F column is filled, the data will be sent. Basically I want that on submission of F, whenever the data is filled up to F column, this automation should trigger. Okay, clicking on send a test, and you will notice that the test data sent successfully. Here it is showing the name, the email, the Delhi, the rating, and every other detail. Okay, clicking on submit, and then I am going to close it because the setup is configured successfully. And now when I'll come back, you will notice that the response will be received. Here you can notice the response is received, and if I will show you the details one by one, you can notice it is the same details. The trigger column is same, that is F. Which branch you have visited is Delhi. Remember, we have provided the same city at the time of form submission. We even have the spreadsheet name, we have the rating, we have the name of the person, we have the row index, we have the email address, and lastly we have this agree. Okay, so the presence of this data clearly shows that connection in between Google Forms and Pabbly Connect is working absolutely fine. Okay, so now onwards what will happen? Whenever someone is going to submit your Google Forms, the details will be automatically sent to Pabbly Connect, but for that you'll have to enable one more very important settings, that is click on this extension, click on Pabbly Connect Webhooks, and here you can notice the send on event option. Simply enable this option, and this will ensure that every time a new form submission data is received in this spreadsheet, the same data will be sent to Pabbly Connect instantly, because this trigger will instantly capture new incoming data and the workflow execution will start in real time. Okay, so the first step of our automation is done. Now I want that based on the rating received, the WhatsApp messages should be sent. Okay, so we have two kind of conditions. Okay, whether you would like to set 5 conditions in total, or whether you would like to set only 2 conditions. Okay, so if you want, you can compose 5 different messages for every single rating, but here I am going to set only 2 conditions. Okay, if the rating is equal to 2 or less than 2, then a different message will get sent. Okay, and if the rating is less than or equal to 2, then a different message will get sent. Okay, and if the rating is equal to 3 or greater than 3, then a different message will get sent. Okay, so I am going to set these 2 conditions. Okay, so now how we can set this condition under this Pabbly Connect workflow? Okay, so simply search for the router feature, which is an amazing feature of Pabbly Connect, via which you can set as many as condition as you want in this router step. Yes, you can add as many as router steps, and simply rename these 2 steps firstly, and then we are going to set the filter and an action. Okay, so in the route 1, firstly I'll click on this 3 dot and click on rename, and this is how you can actually rename your steps. Okay, so I will write something like, if the rating is equal to or greater than 2, then this step will be executed. Okay, so I will rename this particular step later. Firstly, I am going to set the filter and action step for this if the rating is actually less than or equal to 2. Okay, now if I'll click on this particular drop down, you will notice it is the same form submission data, the Google form submission data. I just need to select the rating thing. Okay, so where is that thing? Okay, so here you can notice give us a rating. Okay, so if the rating is actually equal to 2. Okay, so I have defined the first condition, and then I want that if the rating is less than 2 also. Okay, so here I'll click on or condition, and I am going to again set the same scenario. Okay, so again search for the rating section, that is if the give us a rating based on your experience, I'm sorry for that, and here I will select less than. Okay, so if the rating is less than 2, in that case this particular step will be executed. Okay, so if I'll click on this button, you will see the condition is going to be true. Why? Because currently we have actually received the rating as 2 only, so that is why the condition is true. So whenever the condition is true, what should be the next step? So basically it should send a WhatsApp message for the negative rating. Okay, so simply click on plus icon, and as I have told you initially that for sending the WhatsApp messages we will use interact application, so I will be searching for the same application. Okay, so I have selected the same, and in the action event simply select send WhatsApp message template. Okay, and just like we have connected Google Forms and Pabbly Connect, now I will connect interact and Pabbly Connect. Okay, so I have clicked on connect, clicking on add new connection, and for the connection it is asking for the secret key. Okay, so from where you can get this secret key, simply visit this particular link and you will find your secret key, you will find your token. Okay, here you can notice under this developer setting, this is the secret key. Let me copy the same, coming back to Pabbly Connect, pasting the same here, clicking on save, and this is how my interact application will be connected with the Pabbly Connect. Okay, now you must be thinking how this connection is possible. So basically I already have an account into my interact. You can also visit interact application and create your account. Okay, coming back to Pabbly Connect, and now it is asking for the country code, the phone number, the full phone number. Now why it is asking the number at 2 different places? Okay, so if you have a full phone number of the customer, basically country code along with the number, in that case you can provide the number here in this specific field. But if you only have the number, you do not have a country code, in that case you can provide the number of the customer in this specific field, and then separately you can provide the country code. And the same has been mentioned here in the instructions also, here in the important note also. Alright, so let me map the phone number of the person. Okay, so let us check whether we have the full phone number or we have a simple phone number. Okay, so I am going to open this submission data. Okay, and the interesting thing is we have not even collected the phone number of the person. Okay, so how about I open my form and then I am going to add a new field in front of you. Okay, so these are the several questions I have added here. I will add one more question as a phone number. Okay, phone number, and instead of multiple choice I'll change it as short answer, make it required. Okay, and then I am going to preview this form. Okay, so here you can notice we have the phone number field as well. How about we shift this particular field here, okay, after the name field. Okay, so let me do the same. Alright, so I am again going to open this form. Okay, and then I am going to again submit this data. Okay, so for that I'll have to click on this particular field. Okay, so before I do anything, let me save this particular field. Well, it is asking for the template code name, so how about I provide any random name so that I can save this value. Okay, so I have provided the random values and clicking on save so that the data will be saved successfully. Now I just need to click on this recapture webhook response button, and this is how I can capture the new form submission data in Pabbly Connect. Okay, so here you can notice it has already started waiting for the webhook response. Okay, so I am going to submit the form. Alright, so I have provided all the details, and here you can see I have provided a dummy phone number, but don't worry, I will replace this number with my genuine WhatsApp number. Okay, clicking on this submit button, and as I have told you that we have already enabled that particular option that was said on event. Okay, so I am really expecting that the data will be received automatically, and here you can notice the data is already arrived, and this time we also have the phone number. Okay, so where is the phone number? I'll have to check. Well, the phone number is still not captured. Why? Because the trigger column is still F, and currently we have the phone number in which particular column? In G column. Okay, so simply open the settings once again and change the trigger column as the G, and then we will send the data once again. Okay, so let me click on G, and here I will again click on this recapture webhook response button, and then I just need to click on this extension button. But how about I first really delete this existing data? Okay, so I have deleted the row number 2. Okay, and then I'm going to click on this extension, clicking on Pabbly Connect webhooks, clicking on initial setup, and this time instead of F I will write it as G and click on send test, and here you will notice that the test data will be sent successfully, and this time the phone number is also sent. Coming back to Pabbly Connect dashboard and waiting for the response to received, and here you can notice the phone number is received. Now I don't need to manually change any data. When you will refresh your automation, if your number is already mapped somewhere, is already filled somewhere, the number will be replaced automatically. This is just an interesting thing I am telling you. Okay, clicking on the set filter action step, and remember we have applied the filter step. Now I will apply the interact step. Here you can notice it was already connected, asking for the phone number. So if I will click on this phone number, again you can find the above data here in the drop down. Let me search for the phone number of that person. Alright, I have mapped it successfully, asking for the template code name and the language code. Okay, so before I provide any code name, firstly I will tell you what is this template all about. Okay, so whenever you are using any kind of WhatsApp application which has the access of WhatsApp Cloud API, remember always create a message template first, submit it for the approval. If the message template is approved, then only you can send the messages to your customers. Okay, so here you can notice I have already created several WhatsApp message templates. Okay, some of them are approved, some of them are pending, and some of them are rejected. Okay, so here you can notice the templates marked with the green color are the approved one, the templates marked with the red color are the rejected one, and if you will notice any template with yellow color, that template is marked with the pending one. Okay, so let me first show you which template I have created, and you must be thinking that how you can create your template. So here you can notice the button is already provided, you just need to provide few details. Okay, so what kind of detail it is going to ask, let me show you. So this is the template which I have created for the feedback reply. Okay, so this is the template. Basically these two templates I have created separately for sending the WhatsApp messages, one for the negative feedback and for another one for the positive feedback. Okay, so let me open that. So you just need to provide the name to your template, a category you'll have to select, a language you'll have to select, and header is optional, so it is up to you. Here you can notice I have not included any header, and from here exactly you can compose your message. Okay, and now you must be thinking that what is this number packed with the curly braces. Okay, so whatever the data you want to keep on changing automatically, you can simply add those data in the form of variables. Yes, whatever the data you want to keep on changing, simply add that data in the form of variables. Okay, so I want that with every form submission data, the name of the person should be also replaced automatically, because I am going to use a single message only in order to send a reply to all the customers. Okay, and here I want that the branch of the restaurant should also be replaced, so that is why I have kept this value in the form of variable. Okay, so let me read this message. Hello, and the name of the customer. Thank you so much for taking the time and providing us with valuable feedback. I'm sorry to hear that your experience with restaurant branch wasn't good. We try hard to make experience positive, but sometimes we miss the mark. And here you can notice I am also providing a 20% discounts because my customer was actually not satisfied, and I want that they should visit my restaurant once again. Okay, so this is the message I have composed, and again you can add the footer and buttons also along with your message template, but I have not included any because it was completely optional. Okay, so once you will create your template, simply submit it for the approval, but before you submit it for the approval, make sure that you also provide the samples. Now what are samples? You just need to provide the values to your variables. Basically you are telling the system that what values will come in place of these variables, and after providing the samples you can easily submit it for the approval. Okay, so I have already created 2 templates and I have already got the approval of both the templates. Okay, so firstly I am going to copy the code of the template which you can get from the URL. Okay, make sure that you do not include this slash, okay, both the slashes. Okay, coming back to Pabbly Connect, and let me paste the template code name, asking for the language code. Remember we have selected language as the EN, English. Okay, so that is why I will be adding the code for English language, and code for English is EN, so let me add the same. Code for English US is EN US. Okay, asking for the header value, so as I have already shown you that I have not included any header. Okay, so again I will leave that specific field blank, asking for the button and the dynamic URL. So again I have not included any such data, so again I will leave these 2 fields also blank. Now I will click on this button and you will notice how based on the rating. Okay, so currently we have the rating of 2. Remember I have shown you that at the time of form submission as a customer I have provided the rating of 2. Okay, so how the message will send for the customers who are submitting the rating as 2. Okay, but before I click on this final button I will have to replace this number with my genuine WhatsApp number so that I can show you how the messages can be sent. And let me also delete this existing chat. Here you can see currently I do not have any message, and in front of you I am going to add my genuine WhatsApp number. Alright, so I have provided my number, clicking on this button save and send test request and waiting for the response to receive. And here you can see the response is received and it is saying that please correct the following error, missing the variable values. Okay, so I think we have not provided the values to our variables, which is the most important things. Okay, so what values will come in place of these variables? Okay, so I want that in place of 1 the name of the customer should appear. So how you can provide the value? You just need to directly provide the value separated by a comma. Okay, so if you have 2 variables, simply provide the value to 2 variables separated by a comma. Okay, so clicking on this field and you will find the data here in the drop down. Let me search for the let me search for the name of the person, then I will put a comma and then I will provide the value to the second variable, which was the branch they have selected. Currently it is Delhi. Okay, so I have provided both the data. Let me again show you my message template. Okay, so I have successfully provided the values to the variable, clicking on this button once again and then I will again wait for the response to receive. Okay, and once again the response is received. Let me show you the feedback. Let me show you the message, and here you can notice it is saying message queued successfully. Coming back to my WhatsApp web and let me refresh my WhatsApp web and wait for the message to be arrived. And here you can notice the new message is arrived. If I will open that email, that message, I'm sorry for that, it is the same message. So did you notice that how the name of the customer and the branch is automatically added along with my message? Okay, so the message is, hello demo customer, thank you so much for taking the time and providing us with the valuable feedback. I'm so sorry to hear that experience with the restaurant branch Delhi wasn't good. We try hard to make every experience positive, but sometimes we miss the mark. I'm going to talk to our team and fix this. We want all customers to feel welcome and appreciated, and we are sorry that this didn't happen for you. We hope you will consider giving us another try. If so, please use this coupon for 20% discount. Sincerely, manager BBC restaurant. Okay, so this is how you can send an automated WhatsApp message for the negative ratings. Now I will show you how you can send the WhatsApp message for the positive rating. Okay, so firstly I am going to click on save, and I have saved this particular step. Now I can easily close it, and the interesting thing is I don't need to manually create create this action step from the scratch, because Pabbly Connect offers an amazing feature of clone. Okay, so if you will click on this three dot and click on this clone button, the whole step will be cloned automatically. Let me open it and show you that the filter and the interact application step is already added. So I just need to replace few values, and this is how I can easily set the second condition also. Okay, so but before I set this condition, firstly I am going to rename this step. Okay, so here if the rating is greater than equal to 2, okay, so the sign will be changed. Okay, let me do the same. Alright, so I have renamed it, clicking on update, and again it should not be equal to, basically it should greater than and equal to 3. Okay, so I have updated the name successfully, clicking on the set filter and action step, and here I will change the condition as 3. Okay, so if the rating is actually equal to 2, or if the rating is actually greater than 3, in that case this particular step should be executed. Okay, so let me search for the same, that is greater than, and whenever this condition is going to be true, what should be the next step? So basically it should send the WhatsApp message again for the positive rating, but currently the condition is false. Now you tell me why this condition is false, because remember currently the form submission we have is actually consist of the rating of 2, so that is why it is showing false. But don't worry about that, we are setting up the scenario for all kind of conditions whenever the customer is providing the data greater than 3. Okay, so whenever this condition is going to be true, again a WhatsApp message should be sent, and this time instead of this particular message a different message should be sent. Okay, so I will open a different email template. I'm sorry, it's not an email template, it is a WhatsApp message template. Okay, so again I will copy the code of this template, that is reply to positive feedback. Coming back to Pabbly Connect, and let me replace the name of the code. Now I just need to provide the values to the body variables. Okay, so let us check how many variables I have added into my this specific template, and let me even show you the content. Hi, the name of the customer, thank you so much for taking the time and send this. Everyone here love to know that our customers enjoy what we do. We are glad that you loved our restaurant and the service. Okay, so here I have a single variable only, so let me remove the value of the second variable. Let me also remove this comma, and here I want the name of the customer should appear, so I will keep it as it is. Clicking on this button directly and waiting for the response to received, fingers crossed, and here you can see the response is received already, and it is saying that message queued for sending. Let me go back to my WhatsApp web, and here you can notice one more message is arrived, and this time, hi demo customer, thank you so much for taking the time and to send this. Everyone here love to know that our customers enjoy what we do. We are glad that you loved our restaurant and the service. We are always trying our best to make your experience memorable, and we are glad that we have achieved it. Thank you again. We are looking forward to making your experience even better in future. Best manager, BBC Restaurant. So did you notice that how I have defined two kind of conditions in order to send the reply to the customer's feedback? Okay, for receiving the customer's feedback, I have created my form in Google Forms, and then I have integrated my Google Forms with the Pabbly Connect, and further I have connected Pabbly Connect with the WhatsApp application, that is Interact. Okay, so this is how you can automate this process very easily by simply creating a workflow in this Pabbly Connect. Okay, and once you will set this automation inside Pabbly Connect, after that you can sit back and relax, because Pabbly Connect will take care of all the tasks in the backend. You do not have to do anything manually. Okay, and just in case if you want to access this automation inside your Pabbly Connect account, I will also attach the link of my automation into the description box. Okay, so you just need to click on this link and sign up into the Pabbly Connect, and then you will be able to access this workflow, this automation inside your Pabbly Connect account, that too for free. Okay, and let me tell you one more very important thing. Whenever you will set the router steps in the first time in your automation in your workflow, doesn't matter whether the condition condition is true or whether the condition is false, the messages will get sent for sure irrespective of the condition status. Okay, yes, and it will happen only in the first time at the time of setting up the router condition, but in real time it will work based on the ratings only. Okay, so let me show you how this automation is going to work in real time. Okay, so firstly I will delete all the existing chats so that I can show you how everything will work in real time. Okay, so let me again delete the messages. Okay, and now I am going to again submit this form, and this time I will provide a different name of the person, that is dummy user. Okay, this time I'm providing the name as dummy user, and the phone number is of course going to be my genuine phone number. So let me do the same. The email address is also going to be the same, that is admin@pabblytudes.com. Finally, this time I will select the branch as Noida and let me provide the rating as 4. Now finally submit the form in front of you, alright, and you will notice firstly of course the data will be added into a spreadsheet. Alright, so data is added. I'm sorry for that. Let me go back to my WhatsApp web and refresh it and wait and check whether the message is arrived on my WhatsApp number or not. And here you can see how once again the message is arrived. Let us check whether it is the same message or not. Hi dummy user, thank you so much for taking the time to send this. Everyone here love to know that our customers enjoy what we do. Okay, so remember, for the positive rating we have actually set up this message only. Okay, so this is how now onwards every time someone is going to submit your Google Forms or every time someone is going to share a feedback to you via this form submission, the messages to your customers will send on their WhatsApp number automatically. Not just these applications, you can integrate multiple applications and automate your business with Pabbly Connect. You can ask your queries at forum.pabbly.com. My team will surely answer to your questions. This is the website of Pabbly Connect, and for the latest updates of Pabbly Connect and unique automation ideas, you can join our Facebook group, that is formget.deals. If you have found this video helpful in any way, share it with your friends and colleagues and also help them to automate their business. Like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching this video.